Welcome on today's conversation on the future of work, where AI isn't just a buzzword, but a business driver. This is Lenovo Work Reborn, live in Orlando. Hey, Sean, thanks for coming by the podcast booth today. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
Well, just before we were talking off camera, we were talking a little bit about you and your involvement in AI. Do you mind giving the listeners just a little bit of insight into who you are and your work capacity day to day and what you do?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Sean Iannuzzi. I'm the head of our global AI practice at NewRocket. And NewRocket's an elite pure play ServiceNow partner. And some of the day-to-day activities that I'm doing is really pushing the boundaries of technology. So for NewRocket, we've deployed a series of different agent accelerators, all applying agentic workflow and orchestration within the ServiceNow ecosystem. So it accelerates anything from knowledge article, knowledge bases creation to helping with non-critical HR items, like allowing an employee to ask questions about, give me my benefits or PTO or time off or training and things like that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think something that is an interesting parallel to what you're just talking about is there's complexity in that environment, right? It takes a team to do it, right?
Very much so.
And just like that is the case in IT, it's also the case in sports as well too. We actually have a partnership with FIFA, and we're very excited about it. And I thought we'd start off our conversation with just like a little bit of a sports-themed icebreaker, if you're down for it.
Sure.
Okay, great. So, in your opinion, what lessons can leaders borrow from FIFA about resilience, scalability, and performance under pressure?
Yeah, I think one of the number one things that's extremely important is trust, especially across a diverse set of team members and how they each are contributing in their own particular way. It's really, they have to trust each other in order to execute and score the goal, so to speak. So I think a lot of it, without that, you can't really scale because things will start to fall down, right? The different trust levels won't be there, and people will take more time just spinning cycles on trying to prove points versus building trust and earning respect. So I think that, to me, is number one that will help organizations scale out to eventually get to their end goal.
Well, that is like underrated, the trust aspect of what you're talking about. Because we could casually say, oh, trust is important, which it is. But it is true that with all of these new advancements in the workplace, that it is kind of like the number one thing in order for implementation and adoption to occur, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So how do you help foster that trust within your own organization even?
Yeah, at NewRocket, we've put together comprehensive programs around AI enablement and preparation and skills building. And we really put together really comprehensive training programs to help everyone become as familiar as they can with AI or agentic, or even what it means, terminology, taxonomy, and helping everyone really get on the same page around what AI represents to our organization and to our customers. So it's leading by example and giving everyone what they need to enable them to be successful. So part of that is looking outside of our industry and what is happening broadly across other organizations and seeing how they're applying AI, what they're doing with AI, and seeing what lessons they've learned and how we can apply that internally, but giving all of our internal staff what they need to be successful. Some of that's webinars, individual sessions, it's lunch and learns, it's coffee chats, it's certifications and training materials, it's everything. And part of that, what we've really done is put together a very comprehensive training program by roles, sales, pre-sales, delivery, consultants, everything, so that we cover all aspects of that.
I think that is a great approach because it's not a one-size-fits-all aspect to
Definitely
implement
not.
and that trust and growth within the department, right? So people learn in different ways and they
That's
want
right.
to have many opportunities to learn. It's not like, I love how you're saying you're doing all those initiatives because it's not like we did one webinar one time.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? And like, yeah, you guys are ready
good luck.
for
Yeah, no.
But AI readiness is a huge topic that we've talked about and invested in within our Work Reborn research. And we actually found that it's going past just what we're seeing now. There's a future to it. It's changing. So
For sure.
in your opinion, what emerging roles like prompt engineers, AI risk managers, or sustainability analysts do you see joining your IT organization or the industry as a whole within the next 3 to 5 years?
That's a great question. And I think if you look at how other roles have evolved over time, like take back to programmers, software engineers, and data engineers, and you used to have HTML developers, JavaScript developers, C# developers, SQL developers, right? Like SQL engineers. All of those converged, and now they call them full stack engineers, right? So if I were to predict the future, I would say, and I already see a lot of this, where your data engineers are starting to do some data scientists' work. Your data scientists are starting to do your data engineers' work. With what I predict in the next couple of years is you'll have full stack AI engineers. They'll understand how to fine tune models, how to freeze base layers like a data scientist would. And then your engineers and your data scientists will then understand, they'll do vibe coding. They'll do more on Python and C# and things like that, and they'll become more familiar. So what I see happening in the next even 6 months, I would say, because I've seen it over the last year where they were already converging. I would say in the next year plus, mostly everyone will have full stack AI engineers.
Wow.
And at NewRocket, I would say that's who we're targeting to hire as well. Because I want someone that's well-rounded on all aspects of AI. I want someone that can fine-tune a small model, and I want someone that understands how to leverage an LLM. I want someone that knows prompt engineering. I want all aspects of that covered. I want someone that understands the data, that knows how can they apply AI to data to optimize it, enrich it, advance it, and enhance it. I want all of that in one person that I would call an AI engineer.
Wow. For the non-AI engineer, other roles within the workforce, what baseline AI education or AI readiness do you think in the next couple of years should people start looking at? You know what I mean? Like if like a member services representative or somebody in HR or like different verticals or not verticals, rather departments within a business,
I mean, I think over time, I think individuals will start to understand how to leverage certain tools to be more efficient at what they do daily.
Right.
So I would say whether you're in HR or you're a project manager or in any business unit, I would say you'll start to see what's available to you from organizations offering you tools, whether it's through Copilot or an AI advanced operating system when that comes out, or whether it be through Gamma for PowerPoint presentation optimization.
Gamma
right?
has been really interesting.
Gamma is
lately.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, but it's tools like that. If someone is in sales and marketing and they need their brand, materials to be created quickly.
Yeah.
So I'm saying those types of tools will be provided to people across an organization as their toolkit to let them focus on what's important.
So the knowledge of the tools is important, but I think even more important, which is what you were talking about earlier, is the leadership and the overall implementation and planning of it all.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think it's a little bit on readiness, right? What I've seen is a lot of organizations, they're at different maturity levels. Some of them are very advanced and they have a lot of programs to support employees, and they've integrated Copilot or different versions of Copilot where it's completely embedded into their ecosystem. Others are just starting out where they're just kind of using Gamma, right? But I think part of that is building trust at the organizations to see value because of the whole ROI where you just can't throw in AI anywhere. So where they can start to see value and they see optimization or operational efficiencies, that's where organizations will start to continue to grow that out and benefit the employees and their customers in the end, hopefully.
Hopefully, right?
Hopefully.
Well, thank you so much for coming by our podcast booth today. I really appreciated your perspective on AI readiness and everything leaders should be considering in their day-to-day in the workforce. If you're interested in learning more about some of these topics, make sure you check out the Work Reborn report. You can download it via the link in the description below if you're listening, or if you're watching on YouTube, this QR code right over here. You can scan that and get the report and subscribe to our channel to learn more about all things technology and how we're bringing new life to the modern workplace. So thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us live in Orlando for this amazing episode of Work Reborn. I've been your host, Rita Risha, and it's been a pleasure to bring you insightful conversations from around the world, especially at this event, on how we are bringing new life to the modern workplace. If you enjoyed this episode and you want to stay tuned on more ways that we are doing just that, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe our channel, and download a copy of the Work Reborn report today.
Lenovo.